Hello, my name is Tony Godonis, and I am a local Fox News reporter. Today we will be interviewing local professor Dr. McDonell.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
So, there's a debate going around surrounding the causes of the Great Depression in the late 1920s. What do you think are some of the signs and causes of this economic disaster?
Well, for starters, the World War. That occurred just a decade prior, created large amounts of debt for the country, which were most devastated by conflict. Conflict also increased the need for agriculture in the U.S., leading to soil becoming a little less fertile due to the lack of nutrients. This would eventually lead to the big disaster, the Dust Bowl, devastating the farming industry, which then led to a multiplier effect, crippling all other industries. This is on top of the massive stock market growth created by buying on margin, pooling, inside information, and speculation, creating a bubble, which inevitably popped on October 29, 1929, also known as Black Tuesday.
So, how bad exactly was this Great Depression?
I mean, it was very bad. Unemployment rates skyrocketed up to 25%. When big businesses are hit, many other little companies are hit as well. This is also known as a multiplier effect. All the businesses that were initially harmed then led to less profits and unemployment, decreasing consumer spending and leading to even more unemployment, leading to a contraction spiral, and not only in the U.S., but the world.
Wow. During the Great Depression, what was exactly going on?
There were many things going on, to be exact. President Roosevelt served 4 terms as president. Mass migration was happening, the Dust Bowl occurred, and Social Security was now becoming a thing.
So, regarding the Dust Bowl, what exactly was it?
The Dust Bowl was a period of time where crops were being destroyed by severe dust storms across the United States. Farmers were not able to sell or grow crops, which contributed greatly to this horrible economic event.
Wow, it seemed like some tough times back then. What was mass migration?
Mass migration is when large amounts of people move or migrate to a new or different area across the country. People started doing this during the Great Depression because everyone was trying to find a way to get out of it. No one could stand how bad the country was and how bad the economy was during the time.
What were some of the actions taken to aid the situation?
President Roosevelt began the New Deal, a series of public works, projects, regulations, and financial reforms. The Tennessee Valley Authority, which created dams and bridges in the Tennessee Valley. The creation of the Hoover Dam, the end of Prohibition to create jobs in the alcohol business, Social Security, and the right for workers to unionize.
What did the New Deal do for the country?
The New Deal wasn't necessarily just one program. It was a series of programs, 14 to be exact, that gave the United States relief from Great Depression and gave people hope that the end was coming near.
What were some of the programs in the New Deal, and what did they do?
Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, Federal Crop Insurance Corporation, FCIC, and the Federal Housing Administration, FHA, and also the TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, were some of the programs highlighted in President Roosevelt's attempt to bring the country out of the Great Depression.
How much did this effort work to end the Great Depression?
These programs did help greatly, but the main reason the Depression ended for good was the massive demand for U.S. goods created by the start of World War II. One can argue this war was Keynesian economics at its finest, creating a massive need for jobs in almost every industry to provide food, clothing, and arms for the Allied power fighting in Europe and the Pacific. This created an industry boom around the world, but most prominently in the United States.
I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming on to the show today, Dr. McDonell, and we hope to have you back again.
Thank you so much for having me.
That will do it with our interview with Dr. McDonell, but we will have some special guests on the show in a bit to ask some questions in review. And welcome back to Fox News. We will now be conducting a brief quiz with our special guest, Tom.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity.
So, our first question is, what was the economic event that occurred during the Great Depression where crops were being destroyed by horrible weather and farmers were not able to make any money?
Oh, well, I believe that is called the Dust Bowl.
That is correct. And now we're going to ask you one more question. The conclusion of today's show, the final question is, what was a catastrophic event that occurred on October 29th, 1929?
This was in fact called Black Tuesday. Stock market crashed, and this was the unofficial start of the Great Depression.
That is also correct. Thank you, Colleen. And that will do it on today's show. I'm Tony with Fox News, and we hope to see you next time.